All right. Brought the Yahweh, brought the Yahusha, brought the Yahweh, brought the Yahusha, brought the Yahweh, brought the Yahusha. Oh Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahusha, Ba'ashem, Chahak, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who will teach well where we learn this knowledge was in the true from. This is Lakaman Kai Ma from the Virginia branch of Great Millstone, back with another lesson. And I'm just going through the spirit, but I woke up this morning and the spirit hopped on me to do a quick lesson about watching the company you keep. And I think that's what I'll name this video, Watch the Company You Keep. Um, and it's truth, especially when we first come in, we're learning, you know, we're learning this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and we learn we have to grow, and it's a balance, but we gotta learn to get away from the people we were associated with in the world, and sometimes we think we can handle it, balance it, but the scripture said can too. Walk. Let me get that so I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, this is Amos 3:3. It says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" And the answer is no. You can pretend. You can pretend that you can walk together. Because the world saying, "Let's just agree to disagree." Well, if you agree to disagree, at some point you're gonna bump heads. That's like real quick, like with these unity camps. When these camps used to have them unity camps. Now, some might believe the MOTB is the CHIP. Some might think the MOTB is the sin. So if somebody walks up and is inquiring, and what we're about, and one person believes this and one person believes that, then that's a problem right there. It says, "Let your yay be yay, let your nay be nay." But I was just using that as an example. I'm speaking on separating yourself from people of the world. Now, yes, we got family members that you converse with for a second, and maybe talk about the game or music or whatever. You know what I mean? Just because we ain't true don't mean that we don't see what's going on out here. You feel me? But as far as constantly hanging out, and that's a no-no. You know what I mean? Because Satan's always working. He's always working, and we don't know. At any given time, the Lord could blow out our candle, our spiritual candle. So we got to try to keep it strong as possible. We don't want to be fighting for the longest, and then at the last second, we fall out of this thing. You know what I mean? Because that would be very shameful. So enough of that, but I just wanted to get to two quick scriptures real quick, and I think they're pretty good scriptures. This is Proverbs 13:20. It says, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." Yeah, so if you're with foolish people, and yeah, you might know the truth, but you're with them, you might, whatever they're into, you might get swept up in that madness, whether it be the law, whether it be jealousy, whether it be a grievous woman. You know what I mean? You never know. You could just be sitting chilling. You like, hey, I ain't doing it. Yeah, these brothers in the world, but I know the truth. I'm not sinning. I'm not doing anything wrong. Well, you might not per se be doing nothing wrong, but the company you keep can cause an issue. It's verse 21. It says, "Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid." So if evil pursueth sinners and you're around a group of sinners, you don't know what could happen. You know what I mean? The Lord might use you as an example for another brother. So we gotta be careful about that, man. We really gotta be careful who we entertain and who we're around. You know what I mean? And me, like I said, we all. Look, I'm guilty of it too, being around family members and stuff. Me, I constantly pray, but that's still, these scriptures are a two-edged sword. We might be cutting the brother, but we cutting ourselves, and that's good to help us become stronger in this truth, man. So yeah, Proverbs 13:20. This is a good scripture. Watch the company you keep, because and then you got to remember, family don't like that you change, or maybe childhood friends don't like the fact that you change. So they might try to put you in a position to see you go on. You know what I mean? They might try. They out there smoking and carrying on and stuff. They want you around the smoke, or they might be doing something. Something that we know damn well if we was around our elders and apostles, we would be ashamed. You know what I mean? So we got to just, keep that in mind. Let me get the other scripture I wanted to get. This is First Corinthians. Oh, come on. So I get 15th chapter. Yeah, it says, be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. You know what I mean? So look, say you like I said, that goes hand in hand with what I said. But say you're you in the spirit, you just doing doing what you're supposed to do as a brother. You might have been reading this and that, and a family member come by, and he up to no good. You know what I mean? You got to learn when to cut that off, because look, you in the spirit, you might have did a video, you might have just finished talking to brothers, you might have listened to the elders or something. So you start your day off how you're not complaining about how you started your day off. I'll say that, because we always be doing more. And then, one of your family members pull up that's no good. He's always up to something. He's always got a trick up his sleeve or something. What does it say? Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. And he on that type of time, so now that changed his spirit. Now you on guard. Now you might lash out at him, man. Go ahead with that BS. Now that changed your spirit. So it'll be best, if possible, just to stay away from people that that's no good. Like I said, family members, at times you're going to see them. Of course, Scripture says, if it be possible, be peaceful with all men. So we got to play the game, but we can't make it a habit of having them around. You know what I mean? There's a time and place for everything, I should say. You know what I mean? And right now, we're in a time where we should be sharpening our sword, building our spirit up, being on higher vibrations, because we know that this thing about to crack down. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to bring them two quick scriptures out. I'm on my way to the plantation. You know what I mean? I hope this was edifying to whoever is listening to this. To the next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachahakudash, double honors to the apostles, great men, so who well, teach well, where we learn this knowledge, wisdom, and truth from. Call me Yasha'ala, the Wolf of the Ball, Shalom.